those were historic scenes from the Sinhalese Sports Club today when Sri Lanka beat Australia to clinch a Test series whitewash over the Aussies for the first time in the history of the game.
We commence tonight's bulletin by first extending our warm wishes to the Sri Lankan cricket team for their impressive performance.
Hello and good evening. This is Primetime News. I am Shahin Jurampati.
And I'm Azra Hassan. Let's now take a look at tonight's headlines.
SLFP appoints 40 new organisers. Once powerful persons omitted from the list. Government, the 100-day initiative provides drinking water project for the people of Ruanpura who find drinking water from pits dug in the ground. Train crashes into 4 elephants in Settikulama. Sri Lanka secure a series whitewash against Australia.
President Maithripala Sirisena has decided to appoint 41 new organisers to the Sri Lanka Freedom Party. Letters of appointment were officially handed over to the new organisation at President's official residence.
The new organisers include 16 electorate organisers and 24 district organisers.
His Excellency the President appointed me as an organizer for the Colombo district. For the first time in my life, I have been given an appointment in a trustworthy manner by the President for the betterment of the party. So we will commit ourselves to our utmost capacity for the sake of the party and to protect the party. The main cause for Mahinda Rajapaksa's defeat was the Beruwala electorate. His Excellency the President has understood that if a country is to be governed, you need the blessings of everyone.
I'm a person
who commenced my political journey with the SLFP, and I'm a person who will conclude my political journey with the SLFP.
The electorate organisers were appointed devoid of family connections. They were given to leaders who emerged from the grassroots. By giving us these positions, he has empowered the grassroots level activists of the party.
My brother sacrificed his life for the party. 1989 together with Indrapala Benaika and the Deputy Secretary of the party. However, the party did not treat us. President Maithripala Sirisena, keeping in line with the Bandara Naika policies, has treated us today as a true SLFPer. So we will work for the SLFP and for him with our lives.
I
received this position at a time I did not hope for it. We are small people. We will go forward with the chairman and the secretary of the party and we will work towards the victory of the party. That is what I have to say.
With the appointment of the new SLFP organisers, what happens to the once powerful SLFPers?
Journalists posed this question to MP Pavitra Vanyarachi today when she visited the Valikada prison to inquire into the well-being of MP Namal Rajapaksa.
I have not been informed of anything yet. I do not think that the Sri Lanka Freedom Party will reach such a decision. I also don't think that the Sri Lanka Freedom Party Central Committee would have any need to do so.
According to the list of new appointments, certain key individuals of the previous government such as Kehele Rambukala, Mahinda Yapabe Wadana, Pavitra Vanyarachi, C.B. Ratnayaka, Sarath Kumar Gunaratna, Kamri Lokuge, Jagat Balasurya and Rohita Begunabodhana have been removed from the post of party organizer.
Former President Chandrika Bandaranaike Kumaratunga commented on the decision made to appoint new SLFP organisers.
They must have been removed because there is a need to do so. The party should have discipline and a plan. It showed mercy for a long time on those who were working against the party. They never changed. Therefore, this measure was taken. If the party is to go ahead, there needs to be a certain level of discipline. The former president was speaking at the BMICH today when she met with former Japanese Prime Minister Yasuo Fukuda today. All prisoners are human beings, so why do some prisoners have additional benefits than the others? This was questioned at the Cabinet press briefing today.
He is the son of the former president. I think the people within the prisons also sees it that way. When the father brings it, how can we say no? He was a president after all.
Questions were raised as to whether the draft to establish an office on missing persons was passed in Parliament urgently because of a visit that the UN Secretary General is to undertake in the future.
They are struggling because the people who enforce the disappearances are there. That is the issue. The people who gave the orders will have to come forward in those cases. Who is behind the disappearance of Eknaligoda? Who is behind the disappearance of Raviraj? Who is responsible for the disappearance of Joseph Pararajasingham or even Tajuddin? Who attacked Tupali Tendakon? Who attacked Keith Noya and Ajit Alahakon?
Information regarding the misappropriation of funds connected to a hotel complex to be constructed in Hambantota was brought to light at the media briefing held today.
315 million rupees is said to have been spent on the Grand Hyatt Hotel that is being constructed in Hambantota, but nothing has been constructed. All of this is government funds. Then money from 3 companies only amounts to 4 billion. 315 million of that has been spent. Money has been taken. There are 2 floors in Grand Hyatt that have been laid out in a very luxurious way. It is for this royal family. They have hidden a debt amounting to 1,300 billion rupees. That has to be multiplied in thousands to make millions. These are the problems that we have to face now, because no government was ready for this and we did not know that such a debt existed.
While admiring the magnificence of Mother Nature's creations such as St. Clair's Falls and Devon Falls, which flows from atop the central hills of Chile, Nuera Elia and Hatton, you may also have witnessed people in those very areas digging up the earth for water.
Under the Gamma the 100-day initiative, we took measures to provide water for a group of people that have been suffering such hardships.
Gammatha 100 Days, Day 29. The locals of Ruwanpura Hatton were forced to travel nearly 2 miles to collect water or resort to digging up the earth for their daily supply. The scarcity of clean drinking water has led to several health hazards among the locals. It is in this backdrop that the Gammatha 100-day initiative has taken the forefront in commencing a water project for the people of this village. The project will provide clean drinking water to over 300 people of 45 families. The foundation stone for this project was laid at an auspicious time under the auspices of Group Director of the Capital Maharaj Organisation Limited, Shivan Daniel. A large group including Channel Head of Newsfirst, Churanga Sinanaika, and heads of state institutions in the area were in attendance for the occasion.
I feel like this is something I'm doing for myself and my own home. I feel extremely happy. Through the Gammatha Savya, we will build a strong family for the entire country.
When we were going from door to door under the Gammatha program, we had the thirst to listen to your grievances. When we asked an elderly woman for a glass of water, she went back inside her house. She came back out and asked to give her 8 minutes. We asked why. She said that the pot of water which was brought last night had finished. So after she travelled a long distance for 8 minutes to get some water, we were able to quench our thirst. But our Newsfirst team grew an even bigger thirst. That thirst was to provide you with this water project. In another 2 weeks, you won't need 8 minutes to get a drink of water.
තවත් සති දෙකක් ඇතුළත ඔබට කියන්න වෙන්නේ මහත්යෝ විනාඩියක් දෙන්න කියලා. මාධ්‍යමගේ ජනතාව මෙහෙයවෙමින්
The Sirasa Media Network is an institution which has brought a fresh change to the media culture in taking matters which concern the state administration into their own hands. They have gone beyond the fundamentals of media by initiating various programs in the country. The Sirasa Media Network has come to a standard today where they cannot be rattled.
Even though it has been nearly 30 years since the locals of Ruwanpura were displaced due to the proposed Kotmale Reservoir scheme, they were not given any solution to their grievances. The State Engineering Corporation of Sri Lanka has come forward to provide technical assistance for this water project.
Honestly speaking, there is an insufficient amount of drinking water. So may the Sirasa Media Network be blessed for providing us with drinking water.
A large number of ministers came to us asking for votes, but none of them did anything to help us resolve this water problem.
This has started, so I believe that in 20 days we will get water. We thank the person who came up with this concept because there are tasks the government cannot attend to. For the Sirasa Media Network has provided us with water.
සිරස ගම්මැද්දේ වැඩසටහනට මම බොහොම පින් දෙනවා.
නුඹයි පුතේ සීගිරි ගලේ අවි ලියුවේ නුඹයි පුතේ නගුලින් එදා රජ කෙරුවේ නුඹයි පුතේ ඇදුරේ මිදා නිදේ යන්නේ නුඹයි
for a strong generation to rise again.
Make your financial donations to the Nation's Trust bank account number 01100002201.
The Gammadda 100-day initiative with the people for the people.
The China Merchant Company is prepared to support the development of the Hambantota port and surrounding areas. This was announced following discussions held at the head office of the company yesterday.
Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe and his delegation held discussions with the chairman of the China Merchant Company, Li Guangho. During the discussion, the chairman of the company said that the expertise and knowledge of the company in the construction of ports in megapolis cities will be extended to Sri Lanka. A communique issued by the Prime Minister's office said that the company that maintains branches in 75 countries across the world has expressed much interest in development activities of the Colombo and Hambantota ports. The Prime Minister is expected to arrive in the island today, concluding his 5-day official visit to China.
Buddhists mark Nikini full moon Poya today.
Nikini Poya is the 8th full moon Poya of the year, and it is the second Poya of the rain retreat season, also known as the vast season of bhikkhus.
A number of significant events in the Buddhist calendar have taken place on Nikini full moon Poya day. Attainment of Arhatship by Buddha's chief attendant, Ananda Mahathera, commencement of the first Dhamma Sanghayana, convocation to settle the Buddhist canon, and Pasuvas, or the commencement of Vas period by those who had not started the period of sojourn on the Asla full moon day are some of them. For Sri Lankans, this day is furthermore significant because of the world-famous Kandi Asala Perhara, which usually ends on this day. A booklet prepared by Newsfirst especially for the Asala festival of the Temple of the Sacred Tooth Relic, in line with the Nikini Poya Day, was presented to the chief prelate of the Sri Natha Devala in Kandi, the Venerable Gomagoda Sri Ratnasar Thero. The booklet was edited by K. Megha Kumbara of the Sinhala Buddhist Bureau of the Temple of the Sacred Tooth Relic. Director General Manager of Newsfirst, Yasrat Kamal Siri, presented the booklet to the Venerable Gomagoda Sri Ratnasar Thero, and the course was financially supported by Kevilton Electrical Products Private Limited. The Sirasa Namame booklet was thereafter distributed among the devotees who arrived to pay homage to the Temple of the Sacred Tooth Relic.
The farmers in the Dambulla area are facing hardships as a result of receiving low prices for the big onions they have cultivated.
Despite 3,000 hectares of area being used to grow big onions in Dambulla and Sigiriya, only 1,500 hectares was used for cultivation this season. The reasons behind this have been identified as substandard seeds, heavy rainfall and the drop in prices. The lives of the farmers to produce these onions are not as sweet as the food we prepare using big onions. The reason for this is that they do not receive a fair price for the big onions they produce during the season. Big onions come into the market under risk of not receiving a fair price. The production price of a kilo of big onions is between 60 to 65 rupees, but the price assigned for a kilo of big onions in a Dambulla dedicated economic centre is between 55 to 60 rupees.
We have a situation where we cannot sell big onions. We brought the stock at 10 in the morning. No one wants to buy big onions. They have been imported and are even available at a lower rate. There is no proper price to sell onion in the market. Indian onions are being stocked here and are sold for a lower price. We cannot even pay our bank loans if we sell our stock for that price. Imported big onions are being stocked in huge quantities here at the Dambulla Dedicated Economic Centre. They are from countries like Pakistan and India. At this rate, we might have to poison ourselves. If I kill myself, my family would be in more trouble.
These farmers have proposed measures that can be taken to help them resolve this issue according to their experiences.
The farmers will not have a problem if the consumer price tax is removed and the import tax is increased.
The farmers have fallen from the frying pan to the fire. Why? The law which is imposed on the big onions where the consumer price is 78 rupees has been changed and has been remade and given to the farmers with a 35 rupee tax addition to the price. We kindly request the government to provide relief to our farmers.
Visiting Director General of UNESCO, Irina Bokova, attended an education forum today to highlight the important aspects in teaching.
The event took place at the South Asian Centre for Teacher Development. The event was also attended by Minister of Education Akila Viraj Karyawasam and Professor Maitri Wickramasinghe.
At every level, I am convinced we need to widen teacher participation and voice. For UNESCO, therefore, we need reform across the board in recruitment, in initial and ongoing training, mentoring and support, in the deployment of teachers where needs are highest, in retention, in overall governance. Together with Sri Lanka, we are acting at every level to support the development and review of teacher policies and strategies to bolster the evidence base to reach the new education targets, to build capacity. I know, ladies and gentlemen, the commitment of the government of Sri Lanka to increasing the number of teachers and their quality through professional development programs, through innovative new schemes to recruit some 50,000 teacher assistants in rural areas.
While adopting inclusive, all-encompassing, consciousness-building strategies for gender mainstreaming that can basically carry all from educational hierarchies to vice-chancellors and principals, teaching and administrative staff, as well as students, parents and the community, perhaps it is equally important to anticipate a backlash. I'm not saying that we need fear a backlash. I'm not saying that we need not do what we want to do because of a backlash, but we need to prepare for it, as we must remember that at the core of gender mainstreaming is the goal of changing mindsets, a task that is not easy.
A house and farmland turned into shambles in a period of 30 minutes. People in Kalegama, Galgamur faced the horror of their hard work being destroyed before their very eyes.
At 8:30 last night, a herd of wild elephants laid siege on the village of Kalegama. I was heading back at around 9:30 last night. My son phoned me and warned me not to come. An elephant was attacking the house. We took a three-wheeler and came here only to witness the destruction. This woman broke down in tears, describing the horror that took place last night, where all she owned was destroyed.
We went in from the back door, took the children and ran to the neighbor's house. The elephant destroyed our house.
It knocked down the walls. It put its trunk through the gap and tried to get to the paddy, but it couldn't. Then it toppled the entire wall and ate all the paddy. Valsapugala in remote Hambantota was also battered by wild elephants. An operation by the wildlife officers from Hambantota and Surya Arana together with the police foiled the wild elephant incursion to the village.
An incident where a mere hobby of flying kites has entered the life of a child was reported from Dompe today.
The month of August is best known as the month of kites due to its windy nature. Children tend to fly kites in the month of August, as the season also falls during the school vacations. The trip Malisha Netmal, a grade 9 student of the Dekatana Padmavati Mahavidyalaya, took to the nearby paddy field to engage in his hobby of flying kites became his final trip, as the kite, which was attached to a thread, entangled with a high-frequency electric wire. Electricity passed through the thread. We confirmed it after using the tester on it. We urge all children to be mindful of the thread of the kite when flying kites. It is a waste of our children's lives. They are all children of our country. While the burnt kite vanished to thin air, Malisha Netmal bid farewell to this earth in Papiliwala. Children should be taken to playgrounds and to the beach, but it should be done carefully. Flying kites along the side of the road cannot be done. For example, if near a transformer, it should be safely secured with a barbed wire fence so that no one can go near it nor access it with hooks to get back their kites. The school holiday season is meant for children to play, and it is essential that parents allocate at least 2 hours of their time to take their children to playgrounds and let them play under some sort of supervision.
And that is a wrap of News First Primetime News here on TV1 and Shakti. It's an absolute pleasure having you with us. For the News First team, I am Shahin Jarangpati.
And I'm Mazra Hassan. Take care and good night.